big man David Nunes pulling in. Accelerate fast, you don't know. Pulling in right now. David Nunes right here. How you feel, David? Can't wait. Alright.
So we're here with David Nunes. Don't call him Nunes, you'll get upset. Right? So we're with David Nunes, a massive figure in the finance space. He's very young as well. He's still in his 20s. You're still in the 20s.
Definitely.
Yeah, and he has accomplished so much with many businesses. So he was supposed to wear his Accelerate shirt today, which is one of his businesses, Accelerate Financials. But he was not able to because it would have been a thing where he's cheating on one of his other businesses. Because he has so many, right?
Too much business.
Too many businesses, right? Well, business can never be too much
Can't
still,
be
you
too
know.
much.
So we're here with David Nunes, a very young figure, a very successful figure in the finance space as an entrepreneur. He's living life as well. So it's not just about work. So he has a very strong work-life balance. Mm-hmm. So we're here to speak to him about how he was able to actually achieve that and many more. So Khalil and I are here. As you know, we always come to you guys with bangers. So this is another banger. So let's get into it. David, thanks for being on the Billionaire Podcast.
Respect, man. Respect. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. So let's dive into it.
Alright, so straight into it, David.
Straight into it. Well, we've been here for how many hours?
Yo, they're from...
Alright.
We're there
That's the sunlight.
So from sunlight. I know
night,
it's,
no, so-
I know it's night, right? And it's just been so much vibe,
natural vibe.
so much natural vibe, right? So we've just been here and there's so much things to talk about. So David, let's start off by you giving us a brief overview of your background. Like, how was it like growing up? What was it like? You know, some of your accomplishment. Let's just hear from you. Like, what's up? Talk to us.
All right. This is a time warp, you know. Feel old when you ask me them questions.
Fucking
you
time,
know,
like
but
Scooby them.
all is well though, you know. But yeah. Zooming back now.
Zooming back.
You don't know, as a high school youth, you come
Which high school?
Which high school?
Hold on, no, man. Wait till we reach there, no, man. I want to present the grand entrance and I just
For
spoil
real,
it.
for real. Yo, you know something for you,
Just
so.
spoil it.
You know something for you, so.
Anyways, but me start my story now.
Yeah, all right, start.
So, man, so you know, as a youth, you come through high school. You're not really sure of what you want to be. You always hear people saying, you know, you should become a doctor, you should be a scientist, you should be a lawyer. So, as a youth, I come up now, you say, all right, you're a CXC time now, you look at what the subjects that you're good at. So, I was always good at the science, right? And I say, all right, I work with a science background because of that, you know? Mm-hmm. Go through my CXC them, go through my CAPE them, and say, all right. Still confused as to, okay, yeah, we do the sciences, but what is it now? Making that step to university. But before we reach university, while Chavez rudely interrupted my introduction of my high school, and of course, that high school is
Yeah,
the
the other blue.
St. George's College. Admirium.
The glory.
The Glorium.
The greater glory of God, you
Glory
know?
of God, you know?
One college.
One college, yeah,
One
man.
college.
One college. Great.
The man brought it, you saw it earlier? You saw it?
Surprise this man. Big surprise. Big surprise.
Okay, you guys win.
College, man. The college.
Yeah.
Believe.
Alright, bro. Alright, you win. Continue.
Yeah, man. So you don't know where I come through high school. We have dreams and we say we all want to create something big of ourselves. You know, we all want to have an identity. But sometimes along the way, you don't sure how you're going to get to that identity. Especially in high school where, you know, your parents responsible for you. You don't really have a lot of responsibilities per se.
Yeah.
You do a look at hustle now and then, but it's no big leagues as yet. You're trying to get yourself in the frame of mind of big leagues.
Yeah.
So, moving on from high school now, still a very confused young man, as with everybody else, you know. And confused in the sense of not knowing a particular, you know, career path or destination. We just work with what was presented to us.
Yeah.
Pass couple paper, pass couple C-Sec, and we say, yeah man, we just had to something relating to what we're into.
Yeah.
So, apply for university, got into physiotherapy, you know, and I said, boy, maybe it wasn't my first choice, but because I was more thinking maybe my mother wanted me to do medicine. So, wait, some nice things go forward, man. Pause the story here, so little man.
I got carrots, you know?
Yeah. Alright, cool.
Respect.
Yeah, man. Oh, the food kind of distract me. What am I now? What am I now?
Physiotherapy.
Yeah, so-
College.
Wait, you mind sharing which university?
Oh, yeah, man. University of the West Indies. So, you know, kind of feel a little weird. Because, you know, parents, Jamaican parents, you know, they want you to be the best. So, them always want you to get the profession that is maybe the most, you know, sought after or talked about in their realm. But, you don't know, truth be told, you know, we wasn't straight A student, you know.
Yeah.
So coming out of Cape, you know, was mostly a C student. Be 2s and 3s, you know?
Yeah.
Be 2s and 3s man get so. Med school, when you don't apply, you get a negative right away.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
have the ones. And if they get accepted, which them tell say you would have get deferred and you'd have to wait. Like school fee, that brother, I couldn't afford it. Man, I big do it.
That's like what, 10K per year or semester?
Virgin, I know it's millions. And at that stage, me there from me say 2-3 million on a
Yeah.
paper. But start think like it's the most money in the world. So I see it and I say physiotherapy. I say, well, when me in high school, broke my hand
Yeah.
3 times. I play football and all kind of things, you know, as a youth. So I said, wait, I remember that experience and I said, physio. I remember rehabilitation over there for go through too.
Yeah.
So I say, you know what, this might interesting to me. So you know where I do the university thing, where I go through, and here comes when life get interesting now.
Yeah.
So my godfather, which you will hear about later on in the podcast, the Honorable Dr. David Boxer, late.
Yes, I saw a lot of that on Google, like even last night. And then that's the painting you got me, the same painting. You
Yeah,
got me?
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you did involve in art collection, right? You did have something to do with the art collection.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Soon get to that down the road. No, no want to make me start ball so early on the story. Just say, yo.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So he was like my second father figure throughout my life. You know.
Yeah.
You know, my father was good with him, was there. But my father was more like my best friend.
Yeah.
My godfather.
The man father, cool.
Can't
Like,
see.
Yeah, man.
you would not even know it's David's father. But it's
My
like
brother
David's
that,
brother.
Virgin, yeah.
Yeah.
Virgin. Remember that party, him that stand upside of me, you know. Me and him go party.
Similar to
Straight.
me and my father role. I know
Yeah,
them,
man, roll. See that nice girl pass, I'm gonna say, oh, dad, so you're a kind of girl. I'm gonna say, yeah, man.
Steady
Well,
himself,
I'm soon
man.
forward.
Lay on that.
That type of relationship they will have. Cool
Yeah.
and relaxing and thing. You know? Can't knock it.
Yeah.
So, my godfather now, he was more a stern guy and he was more, you know, show me certain ropes from a perspective because he was more of the upper class of society, you know?
Yeah.
The man, the art collector, you know, people and so. You know, so in essence, I never grew up in an upper class lifestyle. See what I say? So them man there when I used to go around him on weekends. So when I went around him was huge contrast to what I was living. But you see that perspective what I got from him, literally I feel like transformed my life.
Yeah.
So
It sound like kind of like Robert Kiyosaki's story, Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah,
You
where
see me?
two fathers.
two
fathers,
fathers,
yeah.
you know me I gotta say,
Connection
yo, on a shop in a bridge.
Yeah, no, it's a Billionaire
Every time I go
Podcast,
for
bro.
meet something on a Ghana future. Eh? Yo, when you ask me some prediction, what do you think I can make some money? I don't know the future. But yeah, man. So unfortunately, was diagnosed with cancer during
Yeah.
that period, heading into my second year. Well, he was diagnosed in my first year, heading into second year, and you know, for some strange reason, because of this, it kind of shifted my focus from school because he lived alone and so on, you know. So to see the man that I really, admire from a basis of, a drive and really taught me how to be a mature young man, per se, Not just fun and all of that. That man ingrained in me what it means to take life serious even from a young age.
Yeah, man.
So because him get sick now and sometimes would have to live at the house and still, it kind of started moving my mind because he started to say stuff to me like, David, I want to have a foundation, I want, make my art legacy live on if something should happen to me, And to see the sick man saying that, it started put a passion into me to say, yo, I love physio school, but guess what? This man want have a foundation of arts and that because growing up, I never too interested in the arts. When my birthday, I tell him man, them say, oh, I get a painting. I say, no, give me a PlayStation video game.
Yeah.
But when I reach like 17, 18, I start more see value.
Mm-hmm.
And at this time, I was about 19 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So when him come with this foundation, and we would sit down and talk about structure. And I'll talk more about structure and how structure became important in my life later on now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So when he said he wanted to start a foundation and all of these stuff, that kind of put in my brain that, hey, a foundation is a legacy,
Yeah.
You get me? It's just simple like another business, a legacy, something I can carry on.
Mm-hmm.
So that is where my mindset started a little bit shift from mainstream society of where, you go to school, get a degree, get a job, whatever. So right there I started, I was at a speculation moment. I started thinking and started saying, I wonder, because if I can be part of this foundation, I wasn't even thinking about running it or not like that. I just want to be part of it, because, godfather, them man there are the foundation,
Yeah.
of my personality,
Yeah.
So I say, alright, cool. So at this point now, fast forward a little bit, he passed a few months after that. And upon his passing, I get to realize that, I start putting life into context and saying, hey, listen, life can be short. Sometimes, because I think he died a little prematurely, in terms of, I think he had many years left in him.
Yeah.
And it was just a sad moment for me, and I started thinking about a lot of stuff, thinking out even during when he was sick, he had medication that he had to be taking, And I remember him saying to me, boy, David, medication costing me almost $1 million Jamaican dollars a month for just an injection to keep him,
Yeah.
going without pain and such. And I was like, yo, what is life? Because I started looking on stuff now and saying, but if he must spend $1 million per month and him just get sick suddenly, next thing you know, suppose something happened to me and me have to spend that. Could my salary manage that, or could I manage to pay for it? So that is where I start experiencing a rough emotional change and mental change,
Yeah.
Because even during that process, I was involved in the whole process of, the burial, everything. So I got a chance now to see all of these figures, see all of these expenses, everything collated, and even myself, I had to be tabulating stuff and say, okay, yeah man, discuss that and how we're going to get this money for move from here to here. Okay, we're going to take it from this and do it like that. And I'm like, whoa. Me's a man when I never really loved maths in high school,
Yeah.
And now I say, yo, look at that. Maths is a cornerstone. All in the university, I just don't do a statistics course, so they are mash up my head now. The course get easy.
Yeah.
But in an unfortunate scenario where this happens now. And I'm saying, whoa, here comes a change.
Yeah.
So, this whole process, I wasn't feeling school anymore. Tell you the truth. I said to my moms, I said, Mommy, this school, I don't really feel it's where I am. But she's like, yeah, but you have one more year,
Yeah. Oh, so you dropped out in your second year?
Yeah, man, you're going into, you have one more year now, you start your final year. And right as I was supposed to start my final year, I just not go school.
Yeah.
My mother never even know. Me have
She still know? She still don't know?
No.
Oh, she
No,
don't know.
But during that time,
I was like, you're good.
no man, during that time, should I wonder where the degree there? No, she can't see. So during that time now, I stay Sabam now, start following the stock market.
Yeah.
Around 2018. Late 2018 now, start follow the stock market and I start say, yo, some little investment here, you know. Yeah, come out. The $1 million just keep on haunt me for just medical bills. I say, yo, I need something to push up more. But, you know,
Yeah.
I'll do a podcast is between me and you. See all the school fee money.
Yeah.
I invest with my mother thinks about a month. I go school, you know.
Yeah.
I invest the money that come and say, yo, I don't have my plan, I go back to school January, you know. So here what? Around November, this before October. I already done plans, so I go back to school, you know.
Yeah.
So all of their finals exam, they want bar me from going to exam, you know,
yeah.
they
do that.
school
They do
fee,
that.
you know.
Yeah.
I invest cause that time I say I done put in my investment in December. Come and look at me mid semester. What was it in December? Mid semester, I don't even remember.
Yeah, you have December exams as well.
Yeah, man. Whichever exam keep in December. Me I go in and me I work out my store, but before me go in an exam, me I look on my portfolio. I was just buy. My stocks them gone up 30%, so no man can chat to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So stay so bomb now and so alright, January me now come up, me need a plan.
Yeah.
But at this point now I start, cause this is January 2019 you know.
Yeah.
Start feel a little nervous, you know, start feel a little lost, start worry about failure, you know, but I say, yo, my body don't feel like I'm with this anymore. Me as a person, who, I do everything with passion.
Yeah.
Passion is my staple, passion and confidence. If I don't feel a good foot forward doing something,
Not doing it.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's not even that. I just can't do it. I just feel miserably. So I was just like, all right, listen, I'm out. I have to go find something. So I said, wait, but this investment thing will get me 30%. I found myself every day, can't stop look on news. Can't stop look on markets, overseas,
And that's the
local.
stock market, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
When I say markets, it's broad because I was
Bro.
looking at
Every
everything.
market.
Stock market, forex markets. That's when I first come across your profile too. I mean, I said, nah, man, them look on everybody who was in the money you could think of I was following. YouTube videos would have sent me to sleep. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Laws of Power. Every one of those books, and I listen because I'm an audio visual learner.
Yeah.
So before I go on my bed, you know, I stay so bomb and I watch the video them, stay so bomb and I listen to podcasts, listen to audiobooks. And I just start feeling empowered. I'm say, you know what?
Yeah.
So I gotta do my thing, you know. I'm going to be an investor as of today.
Yeah.
You know, I'm taking on my entrepreneurship journey. Brush up on my maths. Just get better at numbers, everything overall. So January come now, I'm saying, yo, listen, I'm fully into the stock market, you know. What the news saying I road now? Duns. All me I read, you know. I say, yo, listen, I start the stock market, and the first thing, my advice was saying, no, man, relax. Keep it in the unit trust, because that was the first thing we invest in a unit trust, and I'm up 30%. And I'm
30% for the year.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't for a year. I actually had it in for 6 months.
Yeah.
But at the time, the unit trust was really performing well, because the stock market was really active.
Yeah.
Someone said, all right, no, 30% are not enough for me, you know, me want more. Because I saw where individual stocks move all 100%. Someone say, oh, me can get piece of the action. My advice was like, take time, calm. I said to her, so listen, miss, me just drop out of school. I don't have
No time to waste.
Man, take the biggest risk and jump out of my school for go focus on investing now. You know, so January, which stock come to the market, 2019, week 10.
Week 10 IPO.
Yeah, man.
And
week 10
100%
IPO.
allocation on that.
Yeah, man. Cause remember them time here, the market never as wide as it is now. You know, so I don't remember if it was exactly 100, it was 90.
90%.
But it was close to 100. Every single dollar me have.
Put in that.
Put in that.
Yeah.
Every single dollar. Couple mil. Yeah, man. School fee money.
Everything.
School fee money and
relax,
a few little juggling's money. Stay so bomb now. Wigton fly up 70%.
Yeah.
I say, yeah, man, I'm out, you know. Because
Yeah.
when me really preach me, I say, oh,
Rich.
this was really a done spit. Because no man there tell the advisor, tell me, say, yo, you can't put all your bets in one basket. You know, I say, miss, right now, one basket. Me, I want.
One basket, man.
You know?
Yeah.
Say, yo, jump out now with my 70% now and feel good. Next thing come Barita first rights issue.
Yeah.
Jump in, all in again.
Yeah. Market was just trending.
Double.
Double.
Double. You start move from $36 go up to, how was it? 8 to 36. I don't quite remember. But that was the first. There are 2 rights issue.
Yeah.
Next stock I was in was Select F. Sagicor had put out a fund that tracked the financial stocks on the market. Again, I in.
Yeah.
70% again out. Just a double the money and moving up. And I'm like, hey, this is addictive.
Yeah.
I think of myself as a genius, of course. Now, look back in hindsight, it was really a good time.
Yeah.
The market. And sometimes there's luck involved in it. You know? I'm not gonna look on nobody and play genius or anything because sometimes it's just timing. Because you have geniuses in the market who say they are gurus or stock market, whatever. But sometimes you just need the right timing and the right energy.
Yeah.
And no, say, yo, listen, you're just going heavy.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I was just riding that wave of excitement in the market. Because 2019 was the best performing stock exchange in the world.
Yeah.
At that time.
That's the Jamaica Stock Exchange.
Jamaica Stock Exchange.
Yeah.
So, by the end of 2019, now, my network now, me feel, well, at the time, I feel like
You're rich.
I'm rich.
Richest
Then
man.
you know. Well, to be fair, even looking back in hindsight now, it's still had that quite decent sum, you see me? It's still had quite decent sum. So, I'm saying no, but what is next?
Yeah.
So the end of 2019, I met a guy that we really had interest of the same business-wise, and we spoke the same because not much people I could meet that really had my type of, energy to just throw in all the bets in something that they believe in.
Yeah.
And what I was doing, I believe in it.
Yeah.
So I said to my friends, hey, listen, I could create an investment group.
Okay, so
You
that's how 876.
That's how 876 was formed. I'm like, yo, guys, we have to, because we now had a space. Guys from my high school and couple of the high school, Woolmers and so on, and we're in the same group. And if my female was in there, we'd just talk every day. No news miss us.
Yeah.
So even when NCB held general meetings, so we'll go in and we'll ask questions, because I'm like, hey, guys, what's my thing is you guys, because my friends are going in university. I said, listen, guys, I'm going to make it big. Don't worry. If you want to finish, I must get a job at every institution, because, listen, by the time we go everywhere, everybody going to know your face.
Networking.
Everybody going to know the face. Key.
Yeah.
So when I go out there now, and I stay so bam, and question I ask, and hold up my hand and I ask, and I answer question, ask question the same. People are like, who are you? That time I done print off my shirt them for me and my colleagues.
876.
876 invest.
Yes.
Bam.
I remember from that, I remember a time I pulled up in the Benz at the Marriott, right? You called me that, I think, how long I know you know? A couple of years ago.
2019.
2019, yeah. So I pulled up in the Benz. I just did my hair, right? And I pulled up in the Benz. David called me, because we just like, but him cool, like him energy is just amazing. Yeah. And he was probably the only person that could have called me and said, hey bro, link up here. And I would link up, because normally I don't link up nowhere. You get me? So him called me and I was like in the air and said, yo bro, I gotta link up. And then I linked up with him in the parking lot and stuff, and it was just great energy, you know? So I saw about 1,000, I'm stretching it. People in 876 invest shirts. You know, so the man is big on his branding as well. You know, but you can continue.
Yeah, man, because that is important. Because at the university, at YouTube, me I follow at this time.
Yeah.
You know, you have this thing on YouTube called A-Lux. People watch A-Lux.
A-Lux, what's that about?
A-Lux. It's like a channel that just show motivational videos, and it gives you insight on what rich people do, tips, how to keep wealth, how to, it's just a mixture of stuff, but it's very motivational.
Yeah.
And I was watching an episode one time, we were talking about the power of branding.
Yeah, the power of branding.
And you see the power of branding, when I look on all of these major companies, before them sell not, them spend so much on advertising.
Branding it.
So much on their product.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, hey, I don't have to spend no much money for print a logo on a shirt.
Yeah.
You get me? Just to make people see it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I made a blast. I'm going to say, oh, listen, guys. I said to my fellow 8 and 6, listen, something at AC, man.
Yeah.
You know, everybody go and get drinks and things. And to be honest, I wasn't even thinking about it because I didn't have to pay for everybody drinks. And things. You know what I mean? I said,
Yeah.
Everybody get drinks. But, you know, it never matter.
It
Because
never
really
matter.
and truly, what I was interested in was just making an impact and seeing in the space. Being seen in the space.
Yeah. Yeah.
And funny enough, even after that, I remember one day, just speeding forward, just off the topic now. In the pandemic, when I was trying to get in here because they had number restriction lists and so, when I came to the door, they were like, what if people that there, you know, and I'm like, oh, we can't get in. Then I see the manager come, oh, you're the guy from 876.
From
You can't
876,
come in. I was
yeah,
like,
come
whoa. Never in my life I've experienced that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Power.
And I'm
in the
like,
name.
whoa, these guys probably only ever I didn't even see him, but
Yeah.
they saw what we were doing there, and we're probably there make a little mischief because we never have no money for book the whole room, none of them room here at the time. You get me? We just say, yo, listen, we are coming and we're gonna just
Chill.
take over the place.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody in them shirt.
Man, I say, yo, you can't video outside here, you book a room, whatever. I say, yo, all right, cool. But sometimes it's investment and, you know, attacking stuff involved. Boldness.
Boldness.
Have to bold. Focus on your brand. We're in the era of media, and attention is one of your greatest currency.
Yeah. That's
So
true.
if you can court attention for yourself, make people identify you with a brand. They're not going to remember your face sometimes, you know, but what they remember associating the face are the brand first with the face.
Yeah.
So when people say, oh, 876 bars.
Yeah. It's like what you call that? It's like I don't want to use that word, the C word. It's like that organization where you know those movies you watch where you just say, hey, I'm a part of this, and everybody's like, okay, give him access to everything.
yeah.
You know, and I didn't want to say cult or anything like that. You know, but that's the type of vibe, man. And that's what I recommend everybody to aspire to, where you build such a big, bold name that is respected in every organization and among everybody. You know. So in terms of your overall branding of yourself, your business, what are some of the achievements you've been able to have as a cause of that?
All right, so 876 is the catalyst, really, you know, into getting my name out there. And sometimes, you see, even as youth, we mustn't think of business only as a financial means.
Yeah.
Because you have to remember that, especially starting off, it's very difficult. What's going to happen is that a lot of things will become your catalyst.
Yeah.
And 876, even more than a financial gain, was a catalyst for me because what it really did for me was give me immense confidence.
Yeah. I realize
Immense.
it's more of a community, because I'm in one of the groups that you have
Yeah.
right now. So it's more of a community where they not only discuss stocks, they discuss forex, they discuss oil prices,
Really,
you know,
everything.
everything that is going on within the market, they discuss it, and it's not any boring discussion like you're watching the news.
Yeah.
It's like real people
Them keep it relatable and fun.
and it's like a man is calling you out on your bullshit if you're talking bullshit,
Yes,
and a man is correcting
definitely.
you, a man is helping you. It's like it's that community, that family that if you never had it,
Yeah.
they're a family there for you to
Definitely.
to know that, hey, I can lean on this person. They're going to tell me as it is, they're going to help me improve and all of that, right?
Definitely.
You know, so it's an amazing community. 876 Invest, that is.
That community is so diverse that we built out, because when we just started, we had to alter it a bit because there were so many people in there that were quiet,
Yeah.
and then we realized that the group was full.
Yeah, they're not quiet
We
anymore.
realized that, oh, listen,
They're
for
not
the
quiet
people that were
anymore.
quiet,
Yeah.
well, sorry for anybody who's listening to this. we just removed them because we're like, hey, listen,
Yeah.
for this community, we want it to remain active. We want people.
Everybody
After
have
that,
their
everybody shape up.
Yeah.
People who don't even know nothing about finance, so look, man, I discuss. Just to have a discussion, a man message in the group, your police, they are Barbican. And it is not related to investing. But just because he want to make himself relevant, and people realize that the group gave them good information.
Yeah.
Because the truth is, not everybody is going to be as enthusiastic as you. You know, everybody
Or
can't be as
open or-
active or open, you know.
Yeah.
Some people see the information, they won't say anything, but it really benefits them. And I've had people say that to me, say, oh, that community is a really good community, because even before adding Chavez,
Yeah.
or Chavez coming in, I was like, what we need is Forex diversity. And
Yeah.
why not have a man who is the best at it in the group? You know, because we have people who are the best at stock in the group. We have people who are in real estate. We have people who are in the
industry.
financial sector, agricultural sector. So any question that you can have or anything you want to find out, there's always somebody in that group that have the expert.
If you need to fact check something, somebody's in that group
And
too.
that's why I said as well. Because even a man in the group, hey, what's the rate for US selling now? A man selling the BOJ sheet. Not even just telling you, BOJ sheet and what US has been bought from Scotiabank, NCB. So you're getting full information. You don't understand it? Voice note are breaking down.
Yeah.
So that's why I say, you see, when starting business and so on, especially something like that, the social aspect of it, the learning aspect is so beneficial.
The
because
community.
business, no matter how much degree, what you have behind your name, what's going to matter at the end of the day is the experience and the practicality. Because once you get into it, your theoretical knowledge cannot tell you about those bumps. Because life is unpredictable, and so is the business dynamics. You know, it's all run off of risk and adjusted risk and making yourself smarter as to adjust to those dynamics that can put you on a roadblock. So 876 was really that social push to get into the spheres.
Yeah. I see you touch on business being something where you have to learn from real life experience.
And you know, who was saying that the other day that there's no business school? We had somebody on that was saying that.
I think it was
there's-
Abel done.
Yeah,
I think it was Abel
between
done.
Abel or Review, one of them. I
Big
think it
up
was-
Danfoot, big up
Yeah,
Danfoot.
big up Abel.
It was
you know.
Abel done.
Him did I say there's no business school in the world that you can go to
Mm-hmm.
to teach you how to actually start and maintain a
And
business. They won't teach
properly
you
do
how to
business.
start.
Yeah.
But for maintain a business in the real world today, that
Mm-hmm.
comes solely with experience. That's why I have a lot of people where they don't need to go business school. They never yet go business school. And they have some of the most successful businesses out there because it's experience and time in the game.
So let me ask you a question. What are your thoughts on example? I know you went to do physiotherapy, right? But what if you had done business? Do you think that it would have benefited you in any way?
You know, honestly, if we're talking about the same circumstance, I think I would have dropped out
Same way.
same way. Because
Why?
School.
Why?
No, it's not said the school thing, you know, but even business, just as he said, business school don't teach you to run a business.
Yeah, but what about all of the people that, well, the 99.999% of people who thinks that a business degree is necessary for them to run a business?
Well, you see, the truth is, we're in a society that values educational systems. And our peers, our parents, influential guardians, anybody around us, it's not normal, it's mandated that you go to school from you know yourself.
Yeah.
You know? So we grew up in a culture and environment of school. So expression of one's talents outside of that sphere is not necessarily both encouraged and at the same time as well, it's underfunded.
Yeah.
Because what school curriculums have and set up, it doesn't encourage dynamics.
Yeah.
Because as you know, everybody has a different dynamic to themselves, but school curriculums are rigid. So if you cannot get onto that train and stay on that dynamic, it's not such a good road for you. It's not an enjoyable period because you are just bombarded with the theoretical aspect. But we know, we want to say, yo, I wonder if we can, but you know, you're getting a trouble feet though, but you're mentally yourself. I wonder if we can sell too sweetie when we're in high school. You know, make our money because you're teaching about the theoretical aspect, but we want to put it in practice.
Yeah.
You know? We want to experience what it's like because the knowing of working for your own or getting something you buy for you, with your money where you hustle for, there's no other greatest achievement.
Yeah.
Or feeling into that.
Yeah. Like I remember I wanted to buy Clarks. I remember when man like Vibes Cartel song Clarks Part 1 and Clarks Part 2. Everybody was buying Clarks and my parents would not buy me a Clarks. You know what I did? Sweeties. I sold Sweeties, man, and I had the freshest Clarks. I was even playing football lunchtime in it. You know?
Madman, that
Bossy.
brush off every day. No, make not just sketch that.
Yeah, so So in terms of schooling, I see you said that you would have still dropped out, and I see you said that it probably would not have helped you in any type of way. So is it that you're telling that?
I wouldn't say it wouldn't help me in any type of way. Obviously, it would have made me gain because I wouldn't know the theoretical aspect either.
Yeah.
Because I really went into business more from university at YouTube, blind, basically.
yeah.
And then YouTube guided me. And also mentors would have guided me. And people I would have spoken to who have an elevated experience mind than me.
Yeah.
So those would have been my guide. I wouldn't have any theory to necessarily work with that is, in front of me, a book.
Yeah,
but business school, maybe that would have given me a little more theory push. But at the end of the day, as I said, the reason why I was really contemplating why I would leave was when I saw actually how bills and stuff can affect your life. And when I thought about how much people get paid and so I'm like, but average Jamaican can't buy medicine for $1 million for the month. That's crazy. So it's the economics of it that made me say, hey, listen. And when I ask around people who are in my degree, how much you make when at the hospital whenever I would go on my clinical rotations? When I hear it, I say, but wait, this is not what I think. This is not going to, make me be able to reach a point where I don't have to worry about if I got sick, loved ones got sick, and I'm not even talking about living a life that is, more even comfortable. I'm just talking about things that are tragic.
Yeah.
So right then and there, you're saying, whoa, and those are natural life. You have to, at some moment, get sick. You have to get a cut, something. You don't know what can happen.
Okay, so your goal for investing is to ensure that you're always prepared for whatever circumstances life might throw at you.
Definitely, because I'm a firm believer that life is very dynamic. Anything can happen at any moment. And the unknown is cause for fear.
Yeah. I see you said that earlier out, your uncle, which is David Boxer, you went around him. At what age did you start to hang around your uncle?
From I'm born, because, he was my godfather, but I guess how I can maybe say this more realistic, because I can't quantify my time around him at 6 years old, because we just be centered around, run up and down, and those things, But that's why I say I felt my time with him was so short, and that's why, it means so much to me on this journey now that really and truly I only got to know him on a basis of understanding from age 14 to age 19.
Age 14 to age 19.
5 years. I only get 5 years out of him.
Yeah, in 5 years, you managed to use that situation, or that situation acted as a catalyst for you to start to want to invest, right? That was your first reason for wanting to invest, which is to take care of your family and all of that, right?
Anything that is unpredictable, I wanted to be able to cover.
Yeah. Be prepared for the worst.
Yeah. And the only, for the most in life, the most preparation that you need is money. Money solves almost everything.
Every problem for real.
Yeah.
So, in being around your godfather, you say, well, he was an art connoisseur per se, and you got into investing. So, didn't his art endeavors have any impact on you in terms of wanting to get into the art world?
From the earlier, for even before whatever situation happened.
I tell you, that's why I say it's funny, because I wasn't, because it was boring, because I used to go around him and, he would have him white collar friends around him and them sit down and talk about art and them listen to classical music.
Yeah.
Jazz.
Listen, I couldn't get that. Up until when I was about 17, I was still oh. Alright, but where I actually had entered a JCDC art competition when I was 11 and 12 years old. I won gold and silver medals. And I was like, but wait, we can actually do art. But honestly, I just entered the competition really because I was like, my godfather was like, hey, you can do stuff, do something creative. And I would have get the camera and I would have had a camera with a slow shutter speed.
Yeah.
And I would take pictures and bring the light and form it out in objects and go in and paint over it. I've always loved creative ways of doing
that's
stuff.
creative.
So I'm like, okay, enter the competition. win a gold medal, 2 silver medal, got a nomination for Prime Minister Youth Award for the category age 12 to 14. Something
Yeah.
like that.
And that was when you were 12, 11.
Yeah, 11,
Yeah.
12.
Yeah, and then we saw where you were able to be handing over awards to heads of government as well.
See, they're speed up now. So my transition now to more appreciating the arts was, as I said, the fact that I had to look into myself and say, well, here what? My godfather who literally would have done anything for me younger, helped me out with school, put me through school, all of these stuff, financial, emotional, every help that I could ask for. His help he wanted from me for that. I was, hey David, I want to push my foundation, you know, and I want you to be a part of it.
Was it a like a charity? Was it a
It's a non-profit organization.
non-profit organization?
The basis of that foundation is to propel his artwork, protect his copyright, protect his intellectual property, you know, all of that you like what Bob Marley Foundation is basically.
But how does it work? Like, what is the mechanics behind it?
Alright, so the mechanics of it basically, just as I said, protecting his stature as an artist, keeping his name alive, keeping his collection, his art collection, displayed, keeping up the scholarly work, you know, ensuring that any information that is needed to carry on any scholarly discussion around him and so on is maintained, you know. So he consistently would have a presence.
Okay, so we
within
understand
Jamaican society.
we understand the presence or the benefit of having presence, but in terms of, because we know keeping all of that up as a cost to it. So what is the long-term financial benefit of that, if there are any?
Alright, so in a non-profit organization, well, truly the financial benefit of it really negates the personnel that is responsible, well, for the most part, that is responsible for carrying out the acts of keeping that legacy alive. So where that money really funnels to is, for example, the procurement and of like writing books, storage of the pieces. If it's going on, let's say a show abroad, you know, that's what monies would be raised for in a foundation. It's basically about the person, really all about the person.
Okay.
But as I said earlier, when in the midst of money, especially in a society like Jamaica, where it's very small and the societies are not in large numbers, when you get in areas of art, the currency of the social benefit of being around certain people is so greater than the money itself.
Yeah.
You know, because now you're able to connect
With people, you're able to
with
network with people.
You're able to network. So I forget about the monetary benefit of anything a foundation has to offer.
Yeah.
What I'm really interested in is keeping his legacy alive. The benefit that it gives to me is people say, okay, here's David Nunes. He's also an art connoisseur. Because people are going to ask him, because they're handing over to the Prime Minister. There's a new parliamentary building. Everybody know about the new parliamentary building. Those artworks that were handed over is some of the most important art in Jamaican history. So the artist called John Dunkley.
Yeah.
And there are some others, Edna Manley. What did you know about Edna Manley College, you know, all of that. You know, so very important name. But John Dunkley, intuitive artist, meaning self-taught. You know? So what happens in Jamaican art sometimes is that the pieces end up leaving the island going abroad because overseas collectors want the best and so on. Their currency is stronger, so you know, it's easy to pry away some of the stuff. So giving back these pieces to Jamaica preserves history and culture. And if you want to build a society with a backbone and appreciate history, you have to make some things remain because these are valuable pieces. You know, as they was talking about monetary benefit, if you sell them or move them, well, you know, it's a nice food, but at the same time, sometimes you have to look beyond the money because the money is still there with you because you're in a certain level of circle. So don't worry about the money, you know?
And what I realize, what I see, especially with the art industry, is that I see a lot of people store their wealth in art.
In art,
Because it's tax free. You know, they don't really tax art.
A lot of them usually either keep their value stagnant or they go up. I really don't hear about good art pieces losing value.
Yeah.
So a lot of rich people they tend to like bank. That is their reserve currency.
Yeah,
art.
man. There's even a new platform now that allows people to invest in rare art, where they pool funds and people like you buy a fraction of
Them
a
have a
Picasso
share in the art.
or a fractional piece of a Picasso. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
them put said the art have 1 million shares and you can buy all 2 shares. They say those 2 shares worth 200,000 or whatever.
I didn't know that. I thought you had to just buy the piece, you own the piece.
No, there's a
Yeah,
as I
that's
said,
first
it's a new investment scheme now where they're saying that you can buy fractional shares in art. And art has typically outperformed traditional investments for the past 5, 10, 15 years. More than that, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Traditionally, it's an asset that outperforms stocks, bonds, and traditional
similar
investments.
to watches the past one.
It's the same thing as watches.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Rolex is what I'm saying. Rolex would that be a better investment from like 10 years back compared to like
It's even a better investment than gold.
yeah.
Definitely, because it's part of the luxury brand.
Mm-hmm.
Art is luxury.
Because what
Because
Rolex doing, Rolex like enough of them pieces, well, them brand all of them pieces as art, you know.
Yeah.
Them brand all of them pieces.
Limited
as art. So
amount. You
yeah,
can't get
exactly.
to buy. You have to wait a
Waiting
year, 2 years.
year or two
It's,
waiting
it's like
list.
certain cars as well. Certain cars you have to wait like even
Yeah.
3-4 years to
Exactly.
get them. You know?
probably one of one.
one of one, and then that just shoots up the value. So in terms of, we said that you're on multiple boards as director, as co-founder. You know, how do you manage all
Idiot
of
come
this?
here now.
How do you manage all of this?
Hey, let me tell you something. You see, once you get that hunger going, you never want to stop.
Yeah.
Every idea that comes to you that sounds like a possible opportunity to break down barriers, meet new people, and I'm going to leave you think I'm going to say money, make money. But
Yeah.
I always leave that for last because once you can display a good product, you will always make
Make money. Facts.
And talking about the other boards I'm on, and I'm even more learning that now. So the other company that would speak of Accelerate Financial.
Accelerate financial.
So Accelerate Financial, that company was formed in 2020, midst of the pandemic. You know.
Like 3 years ago, 2 years ago.
2.5.
2.5.
2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
October
Accelerate is
2020.
big right now, massive. Yeah, Accelerate is doing
Tell them
massive
about
right
it,
now.
tell them about it, because I heard a story about the name for Accelerate, like where it come from.
Yeah, what's the story behind it? How did that?
Alright, why embarrass me? So 2020, you know, where we are down the lockdown. You know,
Yeah.
brain a run wild. What is the next business opportunity now? Because we farm out 876, people know us now, people be interested in investing
Yeah.
in us now, and we're saying, what can we do next? How can we make this even bigger? What about the capital that I made from investing in all of these stocks now? What do I do now? What's the next big reserve?
Yeah.
Bought some paintings, try build a little painting collection. Sorry, it's a store of value here. You know, but what's next? Because I can't buy painting every day or trade paintings every day.
Yeah.
So, what's next now? What am I going to do next? I'm saying, all right, thinking. So, met this guy, Gregory Spencer. You know Gregory.
Yeah, Gregory.
Yeah, man.
Guys, go on Instagram, find Gregory Spencer. And I want you to blow up his DM, and I want you to blow up his comments. We were at dinner, right? And this man can make any deal happen. You ever watch like War Dogs?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
movie?
yeah.
That man will walk to Iraq
And say, yo,
to meet the
peace.
guy and be like, I have a good peace deal for you.
Yeah.
You're gonna take it. And the guy takes it, and then the war is done between them and the America.
Yeah, man.
So that's Gregory. So I've been trying to influence Gregory to change his IG name, but Gregory Spencer is great. It can work, right? But rich off deals.
Yo, that bad still. Rich off deals.
Rich
That's
off
solid.
deals, man.
That's solid.
That's solid.
Yeah, that's like a champagne puppy. You know what I hear, bro?
So let's dive into the Gregory Spencer story.
Yeah, man. So, met Spencer, you know, cool youth. Yo, I thought I was aggressive when it come on to investments, but them man, they're aggressive, but them man, they, and I think that's what made our dynamic good because even though I was aggressive, I could able to say, no, hold on the Gregory. Hold on, man, we crash. Man, we crash, man, because right before we created Accelerating and meet Gregory, we talk almost every day and we are scheme something. Where we go to next? And
Yeah.
Gregory said, yeah man, we're getting some agriculture because him find a man where he can sell some banana to one.
Yeah.
We say we're going to plant up. we
Diverse
go for banana,
portfolio.
but we end up so we're going to plant sweet potato and yam.
Yeah.
So me and Gregory, of course, reach off deals. Gregory know everybody.
Yeah.
Gregory linked me up with a guy in Linstead. We have how much acres worth of land, you know. And we go and we say, yeah man, we are gonna lease it, and we basically we find 2 farmers in the community. We say we are walk and drive through bush and them sitting there, you know.
Yeah.
Walking and we dip on the field, a pump. What's the thing with the grammar zone thing when they use kill weed? And we are clear off
Yeah, the
land, you
spray
know.
and everything.
Me and Gregory had
Also, you started a farm with Gregory.
yeah, before this we are clear land, but a funny story soon forward feet. So after we stay so bam and a clear land and deal with it. There was some dispute what happened with our contract because
With the landowner. The landowner.
yeah, it wasn't really a dispute for us. It was really a
Misunderstanding.
misunderstanding with what happened, and they said, boy, they're going to compensate us back, but of course,
they were compensating you.
yeah, because we spend more money for clear the land and we already done lease it from them. So I'm saying out here, it can't happen no more. We have some issues with this and that. I don't want to get into the details of it. But we understood and we said, okay, of course we understand, but we feel deflated because we do enough work. You know how much grammar zone dash up on me?
Yeah.
Brethren.
Applies-
I mean, I worry, say me I go do man, and something got to me. Because I'm not used to them work there, but if it's one thing, and that's why they rate with Spencer too. It's when we say we do something,
They're going to do it.
we say, we only going to pay 2 farmers, and this require all 4 or 5 farmers. We say, well, we are farmer today, we get water boot and out there.
Skin in the game.
Yeah, man,
Skin
skin.
in the game.
We love that. We love that word.
Yeah.
Those words, skin in the game.
Yeah. After have skin in the game.
But we say, all right, at least we never really lose nothing because we gain experience, and we got to know so much about prices because we drove out almost the whole of Jamaica trying to figure out where we could buy sweet, even after that, because we say, yo, listen, we done promise people so we'll get sweet potato for them, So me and Gregory drive every parish
Just to
to find sweet potato and yam at a certain cost. Because we want to buy a poly and sell it back.
So you were going to be like a middleman where you buy the
Yeah,
sweet potato
man.
at a low price and you sell it for a higher price. and
Yeah,
you-
because Gregory is a deals man. Him know where he can get it to. So we say we're going to do that. But, between not finding the right quantity, it never worked out. Because the quantities that we found, it wasn't. And then what they were trying to do were giving to us export. We never really understand the market.
The export
As I
is
say,
like-
we are people that jump into things that understand later.
Yeah.
So while in the process, we realize that whatever we that bring come, never up to the scratch.
Yeah.
Never couldn't export
It
because they have to be of
it
certain
wasn't
quality.
enough volume.
Not only volume, but there's a difference between what can be sold as local produce, which we learned, and what is exportable produce.
Okay.
And
Oh, yeah,
everything you
that's
can
fair
dig
enough
up,
for-
and everything you can dig up and put in a container and send off.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So we learned that, and we just, the last thing we do was go to one little bar, dog by where the farm there. We said, Greg, we're going to just buy 2 drinks and sit down and just go on easy with the farm and them because they cook some good. True, at the time, you know how Jamaica is with lastness. So we say, we're trying to make friends with everybody, So
Yeah.
we go down a bar and buy a couple man 2 round of drinks and say, yeah, man. We just out there and go easy because we don't want nobody food around with thing.
Yeah.
All pig with each try with that one. Pig and them thing. Yeah, man.
Big farm.
Listen, me and Gregory, we do whole heap in our short space of time.
Yeah.
And then here comes Accelerate now. Gregory knew a guy that owned a microfinance company. So, called Sprint Financial. Big up Sprint Financial. So, I said to Gregory, yo Gregory, based off of what we learn now from this guy and thing, I wouldn't say we're compete with him, but why not create a company and partner with him?
Yeah.
We can get him some capital. You know that you are the deals man.
Yeah.
If we can get him capital, we can, earn commission off of whatever business he does, loans, whatever. I said, yeah man. So we start the business and started doing well because Sprint is such a unique company that recognized him during the pandemic because remember, some people were now banks get kind of strict because people forecast recession because of this COVID thing. You know?
Yeah, because of COVID.
Yeah, man. Some people got displaced in the financial system because even hotels had to scale back and so on.
Yeah.
So farmers
I made a
and
lot of money off COVID. Me? Rich off COVID, I promise you. And when COVID started, like I was trying to find my mind was what can I sell to these people? That's it.
exactly. And
Whether it be mask, whether it be just a help or a way for them to make some type of money through COVID.
exactly. And I think that was the blessing in disguise of it
Yeah.
because of being home and stuff, the mind as an entrepreneur, we mind get stale, you know?
Yeah.
And we can't afford, so we were forced to just constantly think how we're going to change, how we're going to find something that is groundbreaking in this time because a lot of financial changes were happening. People work from home now. Business where used to stand, so you have to come, and now we realize, say, yo, you don't necessarily have to be at work for work to get done.
Yeah.
And that was proven now. We didn't know that long time, but it get proven.
We see them even trying to do the 4-day work week now. 4-hour work day. 4-hour work day?
No, not
4
4
day
days.
that's
work
crazy.
week.
4 day, not 4 hours.
4 day work week.
6-hour work day though.
6-hour work day?
Yeah.
6-hour work day, yeah. So, you can continue, man.
Yeah, man. So, me and Gregory realized, say, we reach a point now where we not know more because we try to reach out to some people, get a little capital,
Yeah.
you know, but it wasn't enough. And at this point now, we have our capital in the business too. I run it off. I say, we need more.
Yeah.
But how do we go about now approaching institutions and things?
Yeah.
Approach institutions, nobody now lend me.
Nobody wants to.
Nobody now lend me, nobody now look one way and I see about Gregory, you know. Kind of feel like a disheartened. End of the year though, because we go by the books, you know, so
Yeah.
we have an accountant and role and thing.
Everything
First year
is
of business,
pristine.
pristine. First year of business, we'll make a profit. And I say, Gregory, this is the biggest opportunity now. Going into 2022 now, because we formally started business for Accelerate. January 2021. That's
Yeah.
our financial year. So 2022 now, we say, Gregory, time to leverage your contacts because the bank's not lending no money.
Yeah.
And we raised a little money, but it was from like family and thing.
Family and friends.
And friends, you know,
Yeah.
who believe in us. Everybody get paid back them money with them interest and thing.
Yeah.
But you know, family and friends, I know rich family and friends. So
Yeah, so it's-
I just regularly some money,
Somewhere
but
you can do something.
yeah. I thank them for that because it really gave us a boost during that time too. I will give them a nice return too.
Yeah.
So, we said, Gregory, we need to leverage them links there now. And like how we have a financial statement now
Yeah.
for company first year operations. People can't think so we approach them with something we're giving them things that are in here.
Yeah.
We have a statement about auditing.
Yeah, because people really don't, and this is for a lot of people who have a business idea and want to start. A lot of people think that they're just going to get financing or they're going to get help and all of that. No, you're not going.
Huge misconception.
Yeah. So what you need to do is you need to show other people that you want to come on board with what you're doing. You have to show them that you have some type of skin in the game too.
That is it.
Right, you have to show them that you believe in your product or your service well enough to put your own money in it and
Yeah.
put your, not just your time alone, you know. Well, not because you put the time in something means that
It's valuable a certain
it's
way.
valuable to you or you're dedicated
Facts.
to it. And that's what a lot of people don't understand and they get frustrated and especially when they're not getting funded or they're not getting the help or support and they would give up when they would have probably had the best business idea or the best idea for a service and they just gave up on it just because they're not getting any external funding. David, you just said that you never got funding right away, but you had put in your own money.
Too much, right?
You put in your own money and you grow your business to a point where other people are able to feel comfortable coming on board. Now, in terms of you doing that and comparing you to the 99.9% people that, you know, would give up. Why did you not just give up and just call it a day?
No, because, brethren, anything we do we're passionate about. You see, passion is something that drives me. So
Yeah.
even if it means a tooth and a nail.
Did I
I
sell a
have-
tooth?
Huh?
Did I sell a teeth?
You make me thinking about it right now.
No,
Get me in a position now. Right now, I think about which one I chew less pan. I say, wait, which side I chew pan more?
The thing is, sometimes you have to sell a teeth, you have to sell a leg, you have to sell
A kidney.
and when they make the money, you just buy it back. You know? Yeah, because I remember, like, when I was coming up, and I had a I had a Xbox One. I had an Xbox One, and I remember when I was a brokey, man, I went broke, bro, like, stressed out. Hard life was hitting me. Bro, the hardest thing was bro, I sold my TV.
I just have a game put on.
I'm a game, and I was like, I was looking at it for like a couple days. I'm like, it's like he was looking back at me. I'm gonna sell it, you know.
Yeah.
And I got a buyer. And then with that money, I managed to put it into a trading account, and then I built it
scale
up. Right? So sometimes in business, you have to just do stuff that you would not necessarily want to do.
Come out of your comfort zone.
Come out of your
straight
comfort zone.
out.
Because at the end of the day, it is material, and you can always buy it back.
Always.
You know, you can always get it back. It's just like life is about experiences, and in order to have the highest level of experiences in life, you have to make sacrifices. Without sacrifices, you're not going to have any type of experience that you're going to be able to tell a story about and be like, oh, this is a good story, this is a good experience. We're laughing about him wanting to sell. Yeah. So when did you get your, like, I know you talk about some of the breaks that you had in terms of the success of your business, but when did you get like your big break? Like, when did you know that I'm the man, I'm David, I'm the man? Like, I've made it now.
Well,
when did you know?
I've always felt like that, but
Yeah.
well, you see, the truth is that it goes back from the stocks, from getting average of 80% return on multiple IPOs, multiple different stock investments over there. I just felt like invincible after that. Invincible. There's nothing that could stop me after that. I was like, yo, listen, and I have to put this money to good use.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about 876 Capital Investments later.
Yeah.
When we get into what another thing will make me feel invincible even more. And this is beyond Jamaica's border.
Have you guys seen him? He's invincible, you know. He's invisible.
Beyond Jamaica borders. No.
Yeah, so go ahead. You can let us know about it, man. Talk about it. Want to know everything
wait,
about
Oh, wait, I could finish Accelerate, bro.
Yeah, I'm just did I
My
say,
head-
yo, still not get where the name come from.
Oh,
you know.
yeah.
'Cause
Oh,
I'm
yeah, I forget.
You remember good, you know.
Man, remember
Yeah,
good.
man.
I thought I don't want to talk about it still, but anyway, it's embarrassing.
Man, I pull craft.
All right. Me just get it off the table now, because them catch me. So, want to know, so we are brainstorm. What is known as Accelerate, no? Brainstorming night, and I said, boy, Gregory, I come up with a good name for the company, and I worry, financial institution. Wait, I got name. So, me's a man where I'm not ashamed to say, I love watch cartoon at night time. Cartoon is an inspiration for me to get creative. You know, it make my brain excited. It make me laugh. So I love it.
Yeah.
So one night, I watch Amir, something come on. Because he's got superpowers. He's no ordinary kid. He's Ben 10. So I say,
Bad. It catchy.
intro your bad still, you know. So I say, yo,
Son,
Ben 10. Then, when I done watch it, I wonder why Ben 10 dey on my mind. I'll download the song and I listen to it in my bed. Because he's Ben
Powers.
10.
Ben
And I say, yo, oh, that tune is bad, sir. And there's an intro. Then I say, shit. That's why this come to me, sir. There's a reason why Ben 10 are bother me. So I start look up Ben 10 and find the whole alien. Then put on Wikipedia. I say, yo.
Accelerate. The fast one. The blue
I
one.
say,
The
yo.
fast one.
Yeah. I say, yo. You know somebody always like the one, yeah? Accelerate. I say, yo, but wait.
That bad.
A finance company what can provide financing in less than 24 hours. Accelerate, quick.
Accelerate,
I
quick.
say, yo, I'm up and check company's office website. No. I make sure that the name then are gone.
Yeah.
Secure the business name as Morning Light.
Yeah.
Accelerate Financial Limited.
Yeah.
So, Before we go to 876, I still have to go back in time. When me go and take the business them one at a time.
Man, that's
So-
a lot.
Only for them it
A lot.
confusing.
But we have the time. We have the time.
One at a time.
So here comes Accelerate now. So we're done with first year now, we have audited and thing, I would say we're bringing investors. Remember, I said bank not trust we, because as youths, and it's understandable. Your high risk clients, we have nothing to prove of a track record of our success.
Yeah.
That's why experience is so important. 1 year worth of operations, you don't really show much. You show, we make a profit, it just shows say you're able to be lucky. That's what the banks are thinking. You're able to be lucky in a year. Because most businesses are
Fail after the first
institution
2
after
years,
the
3
first
years.
year.
Yeah, well, first year.
First year,
First year.
80% of it.
90. Yeah, well, 90.
There we go.
90.
So, our business profitable. So we say, hey, Gregory, you know some people where, influential and thing. We can now present this. And what we can do is we get a business plan. We're going to make our accountants collate a business plan for us. What we're going to plan to buy, where the business plan to go, how we're going to plan to use money that we would have raised for make a spending of the area. So
you learn you learn all of this on your own.
all of this on our own.
Okay.
And networking. Talking.
Networking, researching, all of that.
Yeah, man. So, Gregory had some friends who play tennis.
Yeah.
With him, man. Tennis is a big boy, guys. I tell
Hey,
you.
if you don't
Man,
know how
teach
to
him
play
something about
tennis, go learn how to play.
tennis.
Yeah. For real.
Tennis is a big networking tool because most of the elites and, wealthier people, they tend to play tennis. So, one day he was just running the idea by, you guys know Jamaica Blue Mountain Coffee?
Yeah.
Stoneleigh Blue Mountain Coffee. The two directors, Shirley's, big up David and Stephen Shirley. They were playing tennis with Gregory. They know him from a long time, play tennis with him, and them always bounce ideas with him, and eventually brought me around them. And I said, wait, there's another youth like you, Gregory.
Yeah.
For young youth on a mind forward thinking, I would say,
Thinking outside of the box.
one day we want to sit down with you guys because we want to get them into a table to get conversation with them. And we're saying, we have these guys on our board as directors because we're trying to model our business off of what we see. Like Jamaica stock market, we noticed that every corporate board had guys of prominence.
Right, man.
I say, them man here have the best coffee, one of the best coffee in the world.
Yeah.
And them are the directors. I'm saying,
Well known. Their network is vast.
yeah, man, I'm saying these guys are, and they're also director of a listed company. So we say we get these guys who have a whole heap, precedence, we have a whole heap of, prestige behind us once we get these guys. But it's just to sell it to them now. So we say, all right, now we get a meeting with them and morning we're nervous, because what the little talk that they had with us before, they say, okay, well, the idea, we should put the idea to them that we would have sell some equity to them and so on. So, me and Gregory look on it and we say, we don't even know how much a business worth.
Yeah.
We're going into a meeting because it's our first,
Yeah.
But
No, the man knows it like the back of him, and like sometimes we'll have conversation. Even this week, we're having conversation. Man is like, Chavez, that's a really good business, This is the numbers. This is what you can get for it. And the man just running it through him head right away.
Experience teaches a lot, man.
Man has a lot of experience in just strategizing. He knows how to put the right plays in effect. He knows how to make it give it the right splash. That's
Right
it.
flavor. Yeah,
Right
man.
flavor.
Because that was my role too. Because Gregory, and that's important when you have business with friends or business with anybody. You have to know your dynamics.
Yeah.
You have to know the dynamics. Gregory was the man who very bullish, would jump in a sea of sharks just for a golden nugget. He's that guy. He would risk it for it.
Yeah, jumping up, pool filled with sharks, attacker get eaten.
Yeah, man. Gregory would risk it. And I was the guy who could have more say, Gregory, see a fish going here.
Yeah.
So you can at least defend yourself.
Strategy.
You get me?
Man is defending himself with him hands.
So, when we go in the meeting now, we prep and we say, Gregory, remember the strength, Me do the talking. You do the opening remarks.
Yeah.
But it's when it come on to the
Talking and
strategizing
getting
and
it
the
done,
talking and me that.
Yeah.
So we talk and we show them the thing, we tell them, so we're going to sell them this percentage, Wasn't it? So I give them 20. The man said, no, man, we want 50. So now we'll head a spin because we come in for a straight talk, not a dynamic one. So the man said, no, we give you 5 minutes to decide. And we are going like a school challenge quiz. See me and Gregory.
Yeah.
Be foolish this way I talk, and we don't know what to do. So I said, no, man, Gregory. I have to touch man to them. I said, no, man, Gregory. We know better than that. So
Yeah.
at this point now, we are saying, we're going to make a valuation for business on spot.
Yeah.
We just do a quick calculation. What is our last net profit?
Yeah.
Times it by 6.
Yeah.
Sorry, bam. So, Rowdy, Gregory, you realize what business worth millions of dollars? No times it and then we'll give them because that's how private equity companies buy. They usually say, we'll do like past 3 years
profit.
net profit and then times it by 6 because they usually buy at a price to earnings ratio of 6.
6.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
Guys, listen. Repeat.
so
them can hear, this is nuggets for you guys, you know.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
it's not usually, but that's just a good number.
A good benchmark.
It's a good benchmark number because even when you compare it to the stock market, which I don't want to get into PE ratios and so on, but average on the junior market so would be a PE of probably 20.
Yeah.
But
Price to earnings.
companies would come
PE
in
means price to
below that because they have to come in to make their markup. You know? And getting at a discount, that's what everybody wants. So we say, yo, Gregory, this is how we value business at. We do this. Throw out this number. We throw out this big number, get the man, and man was like, okay, cool. But we can't take 20, we want 50. So me and Gregory look on each other. I would just say, boy, yeah man, Gregory. Right? Bam, sold.
Yeah.
Millions in our account same time.
Same time.
And we still own 50% of the business.
Yeah.
Touch it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, big boy. Big boy league. Bro, big boy league.
And we still own 50%
Big
of the
boy league.
business. Big boy league.
Big boy league, yeah.
Because the truth be told, what was the important factor and why it was sold? I made a remark that I think really captured them. I said, truth be told, this is not really about the money. What we and it was the truth of it was what we really saw value in was getting them in. Because once you have certain people name, this is Jamaica, you have the influential people within your business, you're going to attract money. And I tell you, what happened after bringing these 2 directors, and there was another guy, he came from Canada, experience from Goldman Sachs, all of that. He worked at all the major institutions. He was a numbers guy. We know from inside we met him that this guy going to be a financial officer, something that have to do with numbers. He's going to be that one.
Yeah.
So 3 of them are in the room now.
Yeah.
Deal closed. By next month, the business, we are having now our business plan being sent out, what we're going to do. And what it took us over a year if we finally get a chance at a table with, our directors were able to just simple board structure, reach out to a few people and so on, show the business plan, what we plan to do. Now we're moving from a microfinance company to a private equity company. Yeah. So now our mission is to buy out companies and own them.
That's amazing. That's amazing. You see, that's the thing, like...
Well, not own them, but own a share in the
Share
company.
them, yeah.
Even earlier today, I say, or I've always heard people complain about not having links. Even earlier today, I saw something, you know, and it just really made me start to think. A lot of Jamaicans, or not just Jamaicans, but people in the world, complain that life is hard, they don't have links, and all of that, right? And that's as far as they go, versus that they don't go play tennis and try to create the links. You know?
They want Bill Gates come at them door and be like, yo, you know, say, me here for par. They want to invest in their business. You know, say, me here for be friend. I don't know you no more.
Yeah.
For be friend.
Yeah, and the thing that people don't know, or I don't think people realize. I feel like they know, but I feel like people don't want to accept it, that people will only invest in you or want to do business with you if they trust you. Right?
Yeah.
So that was a major thing that David was able to actually establish, which is trust. He knew somebody that had great trust with a lot of the right people. And David was not a tennis player. But David, you know, went to the tennis, is it a pitch? Is it a court? What is it?
Tennis court.
The tennis court. And David started to just be there and started to network with the right people. And even for a lot of people in society, a lot of people will be at a specific place in a specific environment, not getting any type of positive result, and complain about life every single day versus changing the environment, changing the people that they are around, right? Because what I want people to understand and know is that the people, Bob Marley even said it, show me your 5 friends or show me your friends and I'll tell you what your future will be, right? Him don't have to tell you who you are, him already know that. But I can tell you who your future will be. So if you're around people that are not progressing, are not linking with the right people, are not talking about business plays, or not just business plays, but future plays that will cause a upliftment in their life and the life around of the people around them. You're around the wrong people.
Facts.
And complaining will never ever solve the problem.
No.
Right?
It starts with you, the action have to come from you, the
Exactly.
change have to come from you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, how did you manage to maintain those relationships?
Well, once you get them, it's not hard, You know why? Because as a young man,
Yeah.
and young people should understand this from start, you're already at an advantage when you present it. Like, even we're just talking about networking. Let me tie it back into what you said.
Yeah.
As a young person, even going to a NCB event, going to various stock get-togethers, general meetings, just going to where you see forums and all of this stuff, your face is being seen.
Yeah, by
Right?
the right people.
Yeah, that's a starting point. And you can launch yourself by saying, no, I want to ask questions.
Yeah,
Even
funny
if it's
enough.
a simple question.
Funny enough, I just texted somebody that I met one of the owners of Blue Mountain the other day, right? Just in the bank. And I was there, and the man came in, and just this older guy, I asked him his age, and we just started to talk. And then he realized, oh, hey, you can come in, man. Is there a seat that? Because
Man. Talk about it years.
yeah.
Mr. Shareholder is here.
Mr. Shareholder. So the Blue Mountain owner, one of the Blue Mountain owners, I was able to actually meet them at the bank by just asking questions. Well, not even just, I met them before, but then I asked them questions, and to the point where I was able to actually get their number. And then now I'm in talks to have my own branded water. And that is going to be revenue for me, for my business. And that is basically me branding another item that I have. Just as we have shirts branded, and just as we have just multiple other things that are branded, right? So you really have to put yourself in the right place, and you really have to. Let me even ask you this. Let me ask you this before I say what I'm going to say next. Do you think that introverts can be successful in business, or can be successful overall?
Of course, definitely. I mean, look on the billionaires that you have on the Forbes.
Yeah.
Most studies have proven that most of these richest persons are introverts. So introvertedness, when people talk about introverts, it's not a lifestyle.
Yeah.
And the meaning of being an introvert doesn't mean that you can't have conversations or you sit in your house every day and hide.
Yeah.
That's not the meaning of it. And introverts have the ability to present themselves in front of people. Maybe they don't like big social settings, they may have social anxiety, but at the same time, plenty of introverts, even within the same building that we are, they're among us.
Yeah.
It's a personality trait. And what a lot of people are, they use this as a smokescreen to state why they're afraid to get out there. But at the end of the day, if you have, because everybody has something that they're passionate about. You have a product, you are passionate about it. You have a desire, you are passionate about it. No matter whomsoever you speak to about that product, that service, whatever you have to offer. It doesn't have to be a grandiose way of saying, being very confident, You can approach it with even your head down, being shy about it, but whatever you're bringing across the material, people listen and say, oh wait, I see a little talent in this guy, you can do some work. You can do this,
Yeah.
Look at the billion. Look at Elon Musk. Does this guy present himself as a very, you know?
The man is. I don't even know what to classify him.
Socially awkward.
He's socially awkward. He's socially awkward.
That's how people would classify him, you know.
Bro owns a social media
But the
company.
man is the man could be a comedian.
Look at Warren Buffett.
Yeah.
I've never seen any video of Warren Buffett anywhere other than him in Berkshire office.
Yeah. So you think that Warren is an introvert though? Because whenever
I think so.
he's in his meetings and stuff, or he's, for example, even presenting anywhere, he seems like he's like well spoken, and he seems like
That's because he's very confident in what he has to present.
Okay, so even if you're an introvert, you're saying that as long as you're confident in what you are doing or what you believe in, you're good. You can be successful.
Of course, definitely, because it's a personality trait. It doesn't necessarily dictate your ability to converse, and it doesn't dictate your ability to even be passionate about a particular topic.
Yeah.
You know, you might like to be on your own, but at the same time, what introverts protect is their space and who they allow into their space. Because they might not like plenty people in their space who arbitrarily can just come and throw things at them, or they need to be really involved.
Yeah.
But you as an introvert can choose and know who is of value to you, who you can now make because as it's a social world we live in. Introverts make sacrifice every day. If they were so bad, although some can be, they would never leave their own house.
Yeah.
They couldn't operate in any working space because almost everywhere you go, there has to be somebody there.
Yeah.
They may not be able to socialize or talk to everybody. But once they are comfortable, once they feel they have something to offer, which a lot of people, that's the fear of it.
Yeah.
It's not so much introvertedness, it's more of a fear of what you have to offer and does it make sense to talk about.
And who you're there around.
And who you are around too.
Because I agree 100% with the point where you make about being comfortable in terms of opening up. Because most introverts are introverts because of the space with them, you know, in a sense. Because me personally, if you're there somewhere, so for you're in this random line, for example, you're in the bank, right in the bank, you have a group of people behind you, I talk about something when I have nothing to do with you, something where it no cling to your mind. But if you know in a finance, you hear a group of people in front of you in the line I talk about finance. You being an introvert per se, you would have going in a conversation with them. Of course, that's how I meet a lot of people. I'm not an introvert per se, but it's how I meet a lot of new people. Your brain cling to things with other people when they are discussing.
That you're familiar with or you have an interest in.
You choose your groups wisely to open up a conversation with. So I agree 100% with the fact
more
of
selective
being comfortable.
Yeah. We saw earlier where the situation, for example, with Gregory, right? Where you know, Gregory has a lot of the links and all of that, and you're the talker. Were you always the talker?
Always.
Always from you know
Always.
yourself,
From
so
you
you've
know
always been an
myself.
extrovert.
Always been extrovert. Always.
Okay, so you're transitioning in terms of, you know, networking and meeting all of these people and getting them to be a part of your movement, and what you're doing was always an easy process in terms of you know, being able to sell the idea of what you're doing to them.
I wouldn't say the process is easy, but I would say it's exciting.
It's exciting.
Because presentations have always been something that I've always been enthusiastic about. I'm always interested in if there's a group project, if there has to do any speaking, anything, I want to be the first one to speak. I'm so psyched to get in front of a crowd.
Yeah.
I'm so comfortable to get people to interact with my presentation, get people to be into what I'm into, present the points, and I think I'm also a good listener because I know when to quote and be like, okay, what are you saying now? Because just like anybody, you can be talking and you may go somewhere and you listen and say, you know what, no worries, this will make my next speech better.
So you listen you listen to improve what you're going to say next.
Definitely, because for the most part, who I've been in a lot of dialogue with in my 20s now are mainly older people.
Yeah.
That's how I got the Shirleys to come and accelerate board. That's how we've been able to bring in a guy that just stepped in the room. A certain guy that just stepped into the room here to be interested in one of our investments going forward. it's all about the pull, and it's an ecosystem. I pull, and me and Gregory pull them. They pull their links, and just going to pull his links, and it's all an ecosystem, and that's just how businesses work.
Yeah, so in terms of you working by yourself, like you started out by yourself, then you brought on Gregory, you guys started to do a lot of work together. Then you guys created a board and had multiple other people on it. What was the experience in terms of and how difficult was it to transition to, being the ultimate say in your business versus having other people having a say in your business?
Well, just to track back where we were at earlier, after we sold half of the business to them, we thought everything would be the same, you know.
Yeah.
And we, of course, had to go through pains because, we have board meetings and we have conversations, and, of course, they're older than us. So their input to me is the most vital thing I can hear.
Yeah.
It makes me interested because at the same time, experience, especially experience from a source that is farther in expertise than yours. They've been there, done that. They're on multiple boards. So just being in meetings and I saying, hey, no, let's do this instead. No. They'll be like, no, let's vote on it. Let's do this. And you start learning how to.
Even communicate.
I'm trying to find the word. It's an autocratic process. Would that be the word? Where everyone now has a say. Everyone can voice their opinion. And if we are at let's say, a point that we can't cross, okay, let's vote on it. This is the decision. And even though you may not be happy with that particular decision, it's reasoned out after, and you get to understand that everything that must go your way.
Yeah.
This is not about you alone. Because business ecosystems cannot operate off of egos.
Yeah.
Everybody in the room has to have a dynamic. Everybody in the room has to come to full understanding.
Okay.
You must be able to meet to a point where you can say, okay, I do want to do this, but at the same time, I see where you're going with that decision. And that's the best form of alignment that you can have.
So how has that affected or how has that impacted the growth of your business? Do you find it that it allowed you to grow properly, grow faster, grow a little slower? Like, what was the effect of it?
Well, of course, that is going to make your business grow at a much faster pace because if you're continuously at impasse with your own members, it's going to slow down the process.
Yeah.
It's going to slow down the process. So they're on this not only as our directors, also as our mentors. Because I've seen where maybe stuff I've said that I may not have agreed with. Couple months down the line, I realized that what they have said was vital.
Yeah.
But sometimes as young people, we tend to think we want to have or we want to do certain things very quickly. When sometimes things are a process. It might seem like the finishing line is right there. But when you have people who are experienced who can tell you, okay, no, we need to pass this hurdle. This legal hurdle, we need to make sure that this is set. We need to make sure that this is well read out. This contract is well read. All of the T's. That what I'm saying, dot your I's and cross your T's.
Yeah.
When you're doing business at certain level, you get to realize that is very important. That's the difference between you losing your business. And just by those little examples and being at the front to experience, I was like, whoa, that's very dangerous. But I was quick to jump on it because I maybe have glanced over by some exuberance to glance over a certain topic.
Yeah.
But then here we go, this can bite you.
So we know a lot of, for example, when I just started business, I was the lawyer, I was the accountant. Likewise, most people who start business are the lawyer, the accountant, the ultimate board member, decision maker, and all of that, right? But you're saying that it is better to, and I've realized that it is better to have a team that does stuff, especially when you're growing, and if you really want to grow to where you ought to grow to, right? Now, what would be some of the tips that you can provide to the viewers, to persons who are starting business, who have something going, about structuring their business properly so that they have proper decision-making process, proper accounting process, legal processes, and all of that? Like, what would be some of the tips that you would give to them so that they can start off on the right path?
All right, so as you said earlier on, I am a firm believer, although there's some business that can be done alone, I'm a firm believer I don't want to do anything alone.
Yeah.
Reason being, I am self-aware and I'm aware that I'm a young man and I haven't gone through as much experience and I don't know everything.
Yeah.
And that's a primary reason why I seek. I mean, you can't do it alone, but for me, I make it a point of duty to find people who have a like-mindedness to me.
Yeah.
Because I can't deal with whole heap of stress.
And
You
you
see
grow
this whole heap
together.
of lawyer, me be the lawyer for my company, me be the director, me be the... I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I want another opinion who I can say, whether it be my age or older, where I can see that, okay, yes, you made a vital point. Oh yeah, I was going to make this mistake. Now you've helped me correct it. We are young. We don't have the experience in the world. So for viewers, you have to keep that in mind. Don't make your ego get in the way of how you conduct business. We don't know everything, no matter how much degree you think you have or whatever behind your name. Being in your 20s is a time of learning. And and sometimes you might go on a journey and you jump in too heavy as a young youth and you learn the bad way. You can end up in jail. You can end up
Yeah.
anywhere. That's not good. In debt. You get me? So things bad.
Some dead good.
Well,
Some dead.
yeah, that's another conversation. That's an interesting one. But
Yeah.
you know, all of these things you can use to learn and look on and say, okay, I don't want to end up in this position. So what am I going to do to avoid it? You're going to find role models. You're going to find mentors. You're going to find friends and family. Well, one or the above or all of the above that can literally aid you on your journey because you need to learn. You
Yeah.
need to learn. You need to learn the process of being patient, which I think as young people will find that very hard to conquer. Yeah, we'll find it very hard to conquer. And we have to employ factors of accountability. So we're not only accountable to ourselves because we'll sometimes cheat on ourselves. That's why I like to have a partner.
Yeah.
I like to have people with me. It helps keep your self-impulsiveness in check as well because you also have to think about another.
Yeah.
So governance.
Governance.
That helps with governance. And since being on a board, it's helped me to understand that a lot. Governance is important.
Okay.
Trust, discipline.
So in summary, your advice to the viewers is to ensure that they seek out mentorship
Definitely.
and ensure that they have the right board, the right governance, and that will help them stay accountable. And once they're accountable, it will allow them to grow properly.
Of course, properly, and properly is the way. If you're not accountable to even your own self, 'cause a lot of people think they can run business on their own. Yes, you maybe can, and maybe you have the discipline too, but for the most part, most young people are going to feel like this. It's just normal part of our development. And to aid in that development so you're staying on the right path, you want to know that you're holding yourself
Accountable
to something.
to something. All right. But what about the people that they would complain and say, hey, they don't have the money to pay to go to certain events, or they don't have the connection to get into certain circles to be mentored by these individuals. What advice would you have for them so that they can still receive certain type of mentorship so that they can benefit from it to boost their business and their life overall?
Any young person that thinks that they have to pay to get into a circle to talk to people is rubbish.
Rubbish.
That's garbage.
I like
because
that is fact.
True.
Although I've paid a pretty penny still.
no.
No, times
Listen,
changing.
facts.
Times
man.
changing.
No, when I say I've paid a pretty penny, it's like I will. Well, all right, David and Patrice is a major reason why I start going out. Normally, you can ask him. Don't go out. I
So
don't
you
want.
were an introvert.
I don't want. No, I don't even know how you want
Still
to
is.
classify me. Still is. Right, but I don't go out. I don't network with people. I don't talk to people. None of that. Right. But then me and David became friends. And then from that, David will make certain suggestions to me, and I feel like David just knew me from the get-go. Meaning, when he was coming around me, I don't like crowd. So when he was coming around me, he used to come by himself, or and then if he's supposed to bring somebody, for example, even his pops, he would say, Travis, can I bring my pops? Or can I bring my mom and all that? And I'd be like, yeah, man, cool and everything. And then I started to open, and then I became more comfortable with it to a point where now David's friends are my friends now, you know, and even like networking events, I start going out to events because at one point I was just in a box, like, you know, that the same thing we were talking about a while ago, where I have the ultimate say and I have the ultimate view.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like my world and I run it.
Yeah.
Right? And then I've grown to appreciate love so many different people's views on life and the things that they're doing. And, you know, just while some people might grow faster and some people might grow a little slower, I've grown to appreciate love, just understanding that experience or understanding that overall, right? And it has affected me in a way where I'm able to utilize those knowledge or just those different people's experiences, you know, to just evaluate myself and my life. And example, I usually put a lot of pressure on myself. Like, I usually tell myself, I need to do this by this time or I need to do this by that time, right? And I would I'm not saying like just getting up and doing something isn't right, you know, which is the way it should be. You should get up and do stuff. But I start evaluating things top down, you know, because of just the different people I've been around and me being accountable and me knowing that, hey, whatever I'm doing, I need to ensure that the people around me or the people that are doing this with me are a part of this. They're protected and I'm not doing anything that will put them in harm's way and all of that, right? So this is why it is very important, because while we're, for example, business owners, our goal is to make the business work and to make it, right? And, you know, sometimes we're not thinking, and if you're a person that you're doing that you're probably not thinking, it is good to have somebody around or people around you, networking with the right people, so that even if subconsciously you're not thinking, it's going to come at one point, be like, hey, you know, I can't do this because of that, or I need to do this a certain way because of that, right? And then it allows you to grow properly, and it allows you to not just grow, but it allows you to grow and stay there and even grow further, versus just growing and then falling off.
Facts.
You're
Right?
growing in an uptrend.
Facts.
Yeah.
Because
Growing
I have a
more.
joke. I have a joke. Most
Yeah.
people take certain investments very serious. I'm going to tell you how I bought my first investment, property.
Yeah.
Which is like back to what we're talking about. I'm at a resort, at a hotel, and all of a sudden I'm there and we play some volleyball, and I'm playing, you know, hotels up here in America.
Volleyball, you use volleyball to network too?
Brethren, I'm there to have fun. I don't even want to hear about the word
Tennis
business.
alone. You play tennis? No?
I didn't even want to hear the word business.
Yeah.
And I play with the guy, and the guy tell me he's a real estate developer. You know, and then I know we don't talk about business, you know. I get him Instagram and thing, and him whole team, would he go on the strip, mobile the night and thing, and just have a good time. So when him come over, see him Instagram, I realize, say, when him gone over, I say, hey, this guy's a real estate agent.
And that's overseas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. I was at the hotel for 4 days, we parked for 4 days. I'm like, do I know this guy enough to really talk to him? Because look how much I want to buy a property. But this is overseas. I wonder if we can buy a property overseas. Bigger than Jamaica. I do it.
And the trust has to really be there, you know, because to send money overseas, that's like, most people are thinking like that money is gone.
Yeah, for real. Run
But
off
hear
for
what?
real.
So that's how networking can important, and you just find people, you know.
Yeah.
So I go online now and I find that this is another networking now. I find a law firm online, you know.
Yeah.
And make sure call the law firm, check if it exists on the map.
Yeah.
Look for litigations and see if they did any
Anything.
litigation. I say, all right, yeah man, find them. Just tell the brother, say, yo, I'm interested in this guy. Check him out for me. I mean, I check out the same guy when we meet now, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a licensed real estate agent in this state.
XYZ.
or whatever. So I just tell the man, say, yo, find me a deal, me I buy a house right now. And the man, I say, yo, I don't want a new house no more, something fix her up. I don't have the money there. So
Yeah.
may I put you in charge to fix up this? And I'm like, am I stupid? I know this guy for 4 days. I'm going to make this guy fix up house to me.
Yeah.
And pushing on now, because this was in the pandemic 2020, you know. I never know said, because here in Jamaica, there's probably a lot of red tape. You forgot you. Everything was done electronically.
Yeah.
Talk to a notarizer, hold up my ID in front of my face, to make them know says me.
Yeah.
Title transfer in mine. I created this company called 876 Capital Investment.
Yeah. Yes.
So
Yeah, I know about that.
and I even got.
Yeah.
That's how I got Chavez. Say yo Chavez, come create something over so.
Hey, this man. Alright. David is one of the only persons that I know that I can probably send 10 mil right now and don't even look at it and be like, we're good.
You know that I make money. You know that I
Not
got.
even just making money, I just the trust factor.
Mm-hmm.
And if I say David, you know what I do have, because I mostly have US dollars because I trade, right? David, you know what I do have the JMD right now? Send me $1 million. And David not even ask me. Sometimes I may have to remember, remind him about it. You know? And then we have such a friendship right now where sometimes we're just sending money to each other randomly.
Mm-hmm.
And money just there, we don't even remember sometimes. I'll be like, yo, bro, we could go have lunch. And then while we're having lunch, I'll probably just, David, we'll just send that to you. You know? And then, or David will link me and say, yo, we could go lunch. And then David will be like, Chavez, I just send that to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's like no contract, but amazing trust with this guy. You get me? And he has it's like he has an eye for finding trustworthy people to work with. You know, finding good people. And that was one of the major things that I used to struggle with, which is finding the right people. Because sometimes I'll send money to somebody, I know the money gone. Which is why I tell him go buy a house overseas. I'm like the money not gone.
Yeah.
And this disclaimer, I don't have a US visa and I've never been to the United States.
Yeah.
I have
But
property
I
over
have a social security number, I have an American bank account, and I have American business.
So in terms of like you establishing those like, you know, business overseas, cross borders, right? And in terms of you doing business in Jamaica, which do you find to be easier?
Well, obviously from a first world country perspective, you know that things that would in Jamaica that you have to be in person, you have to make this JP, go to this JP to sign this, stamp this.
Make sure it's them to I could get a notarizer on Skype for you so
I could appoint personnel. I could make my lawyer.
Even the trust factor, I've never seen these people in real life.
Yeah, facts.
All the time real estate agent.
That's facts. I
And-
just collect invoices.
And all of this, they guide me through the process. They just tell me, okay, you're going to need to sign this, you're going to need to do this so that I can do this on your behalf. And the process didn't take even a month.
Seamless.
To buy and sell cumulatively.
Yeah, so in terms of Jamaica and just improving Jamaica, because it is our home, how do you think we can actually improve the country in terms of allowing it to become or helping it to become more like a first world country where things are easier? What do you think we need to put in place, and who are the people that you think we need to talk to actually get that done? Do you think we can do it?
Some of the reasons why, well, I'm going to give an institutional answer and I'm going to give a personal answer. From an institutional point of view, what you find is that why there exists so much gray area here when doing business is because our international relations have been soured really bad because of bad eggs here in Jamaica. So that's why you find that there is so much emphasis in getting this proof of this. Your face is on something, but you still need somebody to say that's your face, all of that. So regulations that have been put in place are quite taxing on us at the moment because of our bad behavior per se, you know. But going forward, what will happen, because it has to happen, because the longer we remain, as we're currently on a grey list of international countries, and because, you know, we have to have correspondent banks, because even US dollars our US dollars don't even belong to us here. You know, you deposit in certain money in the bank, all of a sudden it's a fly and so on. We have to identify as well the whole macroeconomics of it. Jamaica is a very poor country.
And the truth is that, well, the country isn't poor, but the people in the country, they're not living life that is of a first world standard. You know? So, the bank literally have quotas and expectations of where money should flow and how much we should have. So, to remove those gray areas, you know, what we're going to need is a lot of compliance acceptance. We're going to have to improve our whole crime situation, especially corruption, especially, you know, cyber crimes, all of that. All of the institutions here in Jamaica need modernization. We need accountability. We need it's such a overhaul or improvement going forward. It's something that's going to take time and steps for us to get better. You know, with all of these scandals surrounding, it doesn't make anything any better about what is going on.
So, how long do you think this will take, and how long do you think this will take?
Well, the length of time is very... It's a difficult one to say, but for the people in this country who wanted to move in the right direction, who have the power and influence, they definitely do want to see Jamaica in a better light, because it makes doing business more efficient for them anyways.
Yeah.
You know? And they themselves have a big role to play, you know, so do the public.
Yeah.
You know, people need to more understand how to formalize businesses. We need to more get into good habits of accounting, good habits of bookkeeping, good habits of regulationary processes.
Yeah.
You know, that will make us more, because in this new microcredit act that's passed to get the because the microloan companies under the BOG's umbrella, so they can get better oversight. These things reduce corruption and makes Jamaica a more trusted
Place.
you know, because you're saying now the central bank have control and now oversight will be there. These things push confidence in institutions, and these continuous measures to make sure that people are filing taxes, people are being right on the ball, first to say, business-wise and financial-wise and stuff, will make it better.
We'll make it better. So is it? So I know you're giving us the suggestions and all of that, but in terms of the change being actually put in effect, what suggestion do you have for that? Like, how do we go about that? Meaning, I'm a young entrepreneur. Khalil is a young entrepreneur. Many people are young entrepreneurs, right? And they want to have access, and they want to do business easier, just as all those international people are able to do business easier. What or who do they need to speak to not have such a hard time trying to do business?
Well, they need to speak to enlightened souls. I'm probably myself, but not to my own harm, but you need to speak to people with experience, and also I think there need to be like programs in school, like how we have guidance or that was the name of that thing that we did in
Guidance.
Guidance counseling.
Yeah.
And you would have a class that the teaches certain stuff. We need some fundamental knowledge, and maybe even when we have at schools parent meet teacher day, you need parent and child day, and you have advisors and people that come in that can educate you. Okay, your son is at this age now. Time to not only open a bank account, but I'm going to teach you now that okay, you can set aside a fund for him, maybe a trust fund for college. Maybe you can now get a credit card, put his name on it, don't give him a credit card because this will help build this credit score in the future. Certain little stuff like that now you can get into, which makes stuff interesting now, because when that kid comes out of high school now, if he wants to be an entrepreneur, if you don't want to be an entrepreneur, by the time you reach university level, you probably can borrow $1 billion. You can borrow this building. You have to be building credit, so he has a relationship indirectly with the bank without even, you know?
Yeah.
So you put him on a strong starting foot from early, which he necessarily wouldn't have maybe access to till he's probably 18.
Yeah.
You teach them good spending habits. Say, this give me a 15 grand because credit cards, for a basic credit card, you can probably put $50,000 in. Sure, probably say $50,000 credit card.
That's a strategy right there. So you're telling them to, if they have a kid, they should open a credit card in your kid's name and put $50,000 in. And
Add the kid as a addition to the credit card.
Yeah, as a what's it? Authorized user. Add him as authorized user.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're saying that, and that will help them to build credit so that, and while you're building credit, as you're paying it back, it is going to add more. They're going to give you more and more and more, right?
Yeah, that adds value to the youth life already. Just coming up without him knowing.
So what will they do with that large sum of funds that they have? Is it that you're recommending that everybody start a business, or you're recommending that
No,
just on?
remember, for the most part even where we're heading, which is my idea, because everybody wants to go cashless and so. You're looking at a world, because you can't just think on a third world mindset. You think you're looking at a world. America is a credit driven society.
Yeah.
Part of the process is because it's likely you're not an oil sultan, you're not, your parents not at the top of the 1%. You're going to need access to something in the future. Whether or not you go the 95 part, you go the entrepreneurship part, you're going to need access.
Yeah.
And in order to get access, there's certain things that you need to be there. There's certain knowledge that you need to have. There's certain, just like the credit score is one of the parts of the loan process that they look at.
Yeah, but
Most Jamaicans,
They have a credit
you have a credit score now.
yeah, but
check everything on the credit bureau. Yeah.
Yep.
Because I don't wonder that if Jamaica use credit score like that.
we do, it's part of the criteria that they use
Just
to give you
25
loans.
for a loan, right?
Okay, so you're recommending that because everybody in Jamaica knows that the mattress is the best place to keep your money. On their mattress is the best place to keep your money, right? So you're telling them that they should not keep the money under the mattress because it will not help them to build a credit score. And without a credit score, they cannot obtain credit to do investing, to buy furniture, to buy a house, or to do whatever they do.
Everything is linked to the financial system in any country that you want.
What about people that are cash heavy? Would you recommend that they move away from spending cash to spending on credit?
Of course, definitely. Good credit is a cheat code to life.
Sure. So what are some of the things that a person can achieve from having good credit? Not spending their cash, but spending the bank's money or somebody else's money.
Because, alright, let's say you have, $5 million, right?
Yeah.
You have a business, right? You know that for your business, you're going to need this capital to maybe reinvest into this business. You don't want to, you don't need to buy a car. This car costs $5 million. If you bought that car at $5 million, you will be able to reinvest in your business and you'll be investing in an appreciating asset.
A car is an appreciating asset.
It can be because let's just say this is a car that you're buying. Necessarily, this is your second vehicle. It's just a sport
Just a
because
sport.
you just want to drive fast and everything. You get me? So it's a depreciating asset at this point, probably losing 15%
Per annum.
right? Your business
It's
is
crazy in life. Example, like the jellies that just come up.
Yeah, then drop value.
Yo,
Then
awesome.
drop value quick.
I'll get like I ordered the jelly, right? And the price was 30 mil. And then a year passed. And when it came, I was buying a lot of properties. So I decided, let me, instead of putting all of this 30 mil, because I wasn't buying from loan, instead of putting all of this 30 mil into a car, let me put it into a property where I know I could have made back money off the jelly, yeah. But bro, price fell to, you were even sending me pictures, price fell to 20 mil.
Then drop value quick because
Bro,
it's
20
expensive the
mil,
next one.
price gone from 30 to 20. From that, I was like, I'm cool. I was like,
$10 million just exactly is gone like
yeah,
that.
so that's why it's better to fund stuff like those as with cash flow. rather than your capital at one point, because that 5 million capital could have been used. Let's say you're earning 100 grand a month in the business. That 5 million could have been reinvested in your company.
Yeah.
You earn 200
You can
grand.
earn more, yeah.
The car note may cost 100,000 per month. You can take time to pay it off and health away. Plus, you don't know what you're going to need that cash for.
Yeah.
Even if you know it's for the business, might have an emergency happen.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
You drop down the road.
Yeah. So
You need it, you know?
yeah. So what are you into, like? You know, you say it's a depreciation asset, but are you into cars? Are you just into real estate, investing? What? You're a young person, and even on social media, everybody is into cars and the life. And what are you into?
Well, I'm going into travel and trying new foods and
Yeah.
Alright, so one of the first things I did after my big hit in the stock market in 2019 was one of the first things I did was buy my dream car. A lot of people that think that a dream car is probably a Lamborghini. That's not my society. I don't see those things here as our society. So I bought a BMW, drop top Android.
Yeah.
That's to me, that's the gold standard for anything I've ever seen in life.
Yeah.
I can't relate to a Benz G-Wagon, I
Drop
can't
top.
relate to a Lamborghini, I can't relate. It's a drop top BMW, and to me that's the pinnacle
dropped up in from
that I have reached.
Yeah.
For me personally, maybe I'll see something later that I really like.
Yeah.
For now, honestly, I'm not interested in vehicles anymore.
What are you interested in?
What I'm interested in now is not in real estate per se. What I'm interested in investable assets that can grow.
That can go.
That's fine. It could be anything, because I would buy a car if I realize I can do something with it that can make me money.
Yeah.
I have no problem. But that's where my interests are now. Taking away depreciating stuff out of my life
strictly assets.
and focusing on stuff that can benefit me, whether I view it as a long term, medium term, or whatever goal. So what I really love now, that may be something that I won't get back money from, but I do is traveling.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, they get money for stuff from that. We know no worries.
But it's not really that way. But really and truly, the real of it that I've gotten from traveling, because I just got up one day and just got airport and fled.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I booked the ticket the night.
Bro, that's what I'm
gonna say, yo, I can't sit down and wait for people. I sit down and, no, I'm just going to do it.
Man was at a Burna Boy concert while I'm inviting him to a Burna Boy concert.
Man said,
The one
In Kingston,
No, you were invited into the one in Kingston, but he was at the one in Trinidad.
Yeah, man. Man, like, bro.
I'm already at the
the man sent me a ticket for Burna Boy concert, and this is me in Burna Boy concert. I said, if I want a pajama there.
Yeah.
I said, wait, no man, in Jamaica open this. I said, bro, I'm in there.
Yeah.
But then Burna come, but then I burn in the next country.
So, a lot of people would not travel because they said that they don't have the money, they don't think they would be able to navigate, being in a different country. How would it be like for you, and how are you able to, while it has a cost to it, how are you able to look at it, or as a thing where, I don't know if you look at it as a negative in terms of, oh, this is taking a lot of money from me, I'm just going to go to this place or that place and not do it often, or do you just do it like, hey, I feel like traveling, I'm just going to go. I don't care. I don't know about the money.
I love how you asked me that question, because now I can big you up.
Yeah.
So, everybody knows says this man teach me about Forex. So I have a super trading month in September where I made 9,000 euros. And I'm like, finally I find something for fun with traveling. Because no matter what you do, I find traveling fun. I'm saying, I could go every month if I feel, but at the same time, I have to know, say, I have something coming in to cover it, just to make me feel comfortable inside. If I can't do it off of my capital, but I feel more comfortable when something feel.
Yeah.
So, after that month, I remember something going and say, yo, listen, I make 9, we can make 18. Then I remember a mentor I have. Big up Andrew Phillips. My mentor. He's also a trader. He taught me options trading. He always say, yo, listen, Virgin, never get too greedy in the market. Nah, I lie still the ball, cause I make 9 grand. I trade a millionaire. If I stayed in it for just 1 more day, would have 18 grand. But we say no, and that's what you think about that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. What to do about the money now?
Yeah.
What to do about the money? We say, yo, Ratty, you're traveling.
Go somewhere.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so that's
So-
really sparked your reason for travel and
Not my reason for travel, but it give me the incentive to right away carry it out, because I was like, money staying in my account is never a good thing, because I start thinking over for put it. So I was like, well, I'm gonna work on book this ticket now, and I'm going to take the same day for the next time.
bro, this man will be in Trinidad and be like, hey bro, I'm going to go to Colombia and be back. Bye bye this this time. So the man will go to Colombia to probably have food, stay there for like a couple of days and then be like, I'm going back to Trinidad.
And then come back to Trinidad.
Bro, you know, I'm in Trinidad, I'm here, I'm enjoying it. I'm supposed to come to Jamaica this time, but you know, I'm going to put 2 more weeks on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, where's one place you want to travel in?
Well, the next place I want to go to is Brazil.
Brazil.
Yeah, I want to go to Brazil. I'm on a South American
Yeah.
love affair right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the truth is that the experience of traveling in itself, once you land, you go around that environment and you start realizing that people live different from how you live on your own.
Yeah.
They're way different investable assets, because I love to look on that too in a different country.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
Think about any type of investments overseas.
Going on
I get to that because every country I look at the market landscape and see what could be done to improve
You look for some
the
business
services there. I look for a venture, and for Colombia, I've seen opportunities within the real estate sector there, because you can buy a mansion
in Colombia.
in Colombia for less than 200,000 US.
Bro,
A mansion. Because the Colombian dollar is actually worth less than the Jamaican dollar. When last year,
hey, the man is in Colombia, the man is like, bro, what you spend for probably like a day, or you spend like 15 kg and 30k on the day, some days for food, right? Like lunch and,
Yeah, just casual.
yeah. The man is like, bro, $10 can take me a month.
Take you as a month of it.
But no,
Just stretching.
but I used 20 US brother, and I had breakfast.
20.
I had breakfast for my entire stay, and I stayed there for what, more than 3 weeks.
So basically, I'm on
US dollars.
$20.
Every morning, coffee.
You there, Jamaica? Why we start?
I don't even drink coffee, but me a brav. Me a drink coffee just because it's cheap.
And Panama is the same too, because like somebody even told me, like I went to Panama a couple times, right? And they tell me that if I lived in Panama, whatever amount of money I have now in Jamaica, I would be a million times richer.
In Panama.
Yeah, in Panama, right? And then even when I flew to America, out there, and the money I'm spending, like normally in Jamaica, I'm spending. I don't even want to talk about it, right? Normally, like if just for clothes, just for food, and stuff like that. And America is not as cheap as Panama
Yeah,
or
of course.
Colombia, those places. But imagine I live to be in America and the price. It's like nothing, you know.
Because that's the way you used to. That's the way you here and you
It's
think
even better than what I used to. Better than what I used to. So you would advise other people to start traveling, start experiencing the world.
Of course, definitely, man. That's another perspective on life,
Yeah.
That's literally more story, more creativeness in your brain being developed just by interacting with that new environment. Your brain is a neural network, and can build different networks once you're exposed around different experiences.
Yeah.
Just to the fact that the bus system is different. Just to the fact that the windshield wipers them in Jamaica and the windshield wiper them in Colombia are two different things. Them man they walk with a boombox and dance.
Yeah.
And wipe your windshield.
vibes.
So, that's the whole.
You can't give them a taste.
Listen, if I was a windshield wiper, I would just somehow go over there and come back. my mind was blown. I literally started thinking about wiping glass because I was so inspirational. I mean, but the man inspired me. I thought it just stopped at begging her money and the man then, there was even some guys jumping out of a tree on a rope at a stoplight and dancing back up the rope. And he might be bridging that side with a big feet while him perform.
Yeah.
So his performance before the light go green, him let go and pretend like him going drop and he's an inch away from
the ground.
So he just drop out of the tree but the rope pulls him. And everyone's like, eh, because the tourists is doing it in the tourists. Everybody go, eh. And then when them looking more at him, just go, ah. And then he's like,
I like
it's so nice. Sure, you know, there's different value being offered, there's different, and I'm like, this give you a creative spin and stuff.
Yeah.
You don't have to be wiping windshield, but it just show you that there's more possibilities for whatever you do. There's brighter.
Yeah. So for the future, like, what are some of the possibilities we can actually look forward for you? Like you see for yourself, like, what are some of the things that they're investing, some of the projects, all of that?
Alright, so, well, different businesses are trying to think which one now. What I should have say, well, alright, so the one I pop out first, Accelerate. So, for different ventures with Accelerate, so far we've been on an immense growth trajectory. I mean, I never would have expected the company to grow so far from it was just me and Gregory to know me and other directors, and now we have a portfolio company that we're building, you know, and we've managed to even bring in outside investors, things that I never dreamt of because when I just started the business I couldn't raise money.
Yeah.
You know? And now this ecosystem, we're looking at now another possible acquisition of another company to grow again, you know, and constantly be finding small companies, building them, creating that ecosystem, you know, working and helping each other.
So you love startups.
I love functional startups. I want to get that clear. I don't really necessarily, I don't know if I'm at the age for angel investment and so.
Yeah.
But I like, not necessarily startup, but I like businesses that that's Accelerate motto really, and I've embodied that. Businesses that have solid fundamentals, they have trustable people, they have a track record. It don't have to be a 50-year track record. It can be as small as 2 years, but you've displayed your ability to consistently do well with your business.
Yeah.
What you may need now is some corporate structuring, a little board, a little committee, a little capital maybe. You need another network to get your product out to somebody else. You get me? I like that. To build something from absolute scratch. I want it for myself. I don't necessarily want to take somebody else from scratch. Although it's not impossible. But it's just what I prefer.
Yeah. So for persons who are, you know, starting out and they wanted help with structuring their business, they wanted somebody to guide them, a mentor, they wanted to speak to you because you have so much knowledge on all of this. How can they reach out to you? How can they get to you so that you can actually impart this knowledge on them so that they can grow and reach your level and hit them above?
Alright, so for most of the people who are watching it, I'm very personable. I'm in Kingston. You can catch me at any party about a dance. So I love dance.
Yeah.
I'm always dancing. Any event you catch me, may I dance to the ravers. I mean, not that one for the bounce. Not just bounce and whatever, no.
Yeah.
Curated dancing and all that. That's my hobby, that's my pastime that I do what make me feel good. I go party for dance.
Yeah. So you manage your social life and partying and all of that and business.
It's not a manage, you know. Honestly, it just feel like something will just flow well for me because really and truly, in terms of business that I do, it's mainly done on timing that I can manage. I'm not taking on nothing that going to give me immense headache or make me start double think what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Anything that I'm involved in, literally, I'm so consumed by it and so into it that I don't feel an inch of pressure when executing. An inch of pressure. So I don't plan to stop with business. Even my next venture now, because I've been gaining all of this experience, I'm trying to formalize businesses even with my family.
Yeah.
To make them more, to make them more accountable, make them more understand.
Change the whole family.
You know what I'm saying? Accountability.
Oh, it's my cousin. David is my cousin. I don't need to have a contract with David.
Yeah.
No, and I would literally, And anything I would do, even though we're friends, just because of this drill into me now, of this, I want to create a contract first. And it's not about not trusting, it's just because I want to keep that mantra of keeping corporate governance.
Yeah.
Accountability.
And make it remain. Because you want to carry that on, you don't want.
The second you start falling short.
Yeah,
Anything where
you don't
you
want
just have to
feel
pick
that.
up and kick.
Yeah, you don't want to feel that at all. You know, drop the ball, nothing. You know, but always on the ball.
Always on the ball. So how can our viewers always stay on the ball in terms of everything that you have going on, in terms of, reaching out to your social media? Do you have a website?
Yeah, man, you can find 876.com, 876invest.com. You can look on Instagram, 876invest. You can find me, 876_Nunes, Nunes. We have a community. You can ask me to be added to our 876 community, invest community. It's a diverse community. You can come in. There's a lot of young people. Well, all of it is young people. All of us have various strengths. Whether real estate, whether forex, whether stocks, latest news. And recently, if you want to police in a barbican, a man who can't provide the information necessarily, provide the police information.
So all links
Funny stuff, but
down in the description.
fun and joke aside, really, you can find me on those on different videos. But if you see me in the street, I'm easy to talk to. You have business ideas and so, I'm ready to talk. You might see me and I'm ready to talk about them right now.
Yeah.
Because people try to talk to me daily about business and so on, and young people my age and so on. And I sometimes them tend to come at you some ways that seem like it's all about the money, but as I will reiterate again, it's never all about the money, because once you have a good product, it sells itself. Your passion to your product, your ambition, it will sell. It will come forward. Your branding, focus on those things before you try to focus and start make money. The grabbing for the money first thing,
Never work out.
it will always be short term.
Because you make enough force to produce good quality.
No, it just forces you to continue chase money, and continue chasing money don't build good business. You can be lucky, but at the end of the day, you need structure. Structure is what's going to make something viable. Structure is what's going to give you peace of mind. Structure is what will make you able to sleep and not thinking, I wonder if I'm going to make the money tomorrow. I wonder if this will be in place. So you have to kind of, because we're young, so we can start off a little erratic, but you have to try to find a way within some structure. Because if something hit the ceiling, you don't want to feel shambles. You don't want to pick up at the pieces. But again, so just follow that mantra. Remain accountable to yourself and to others. Remain disciplined. Keep that drive and that passion. Never stop networking, because at the end of the day, we don't want to be an introvert, extrovert. Social capital is the biggest thing, because we're in the age of media. Your facial image, your brand image is the biggest thing you can represent out there. So when people know you as a person that they can trust, because trust is big. Know you as a person who is passionate about your topic. You may not even get capital from these people, but people say seeking mentors.
Yeah.
All that people want to see us make it, They want to see people, them can say, oh, boy, you're young, but him think like me, remind me. They want, because at different stages of your life, you experience different growth, and what you enjoy doing becomes different. So experienced people who are successful, they want to see people that want it like them, rather than always seeking hundreds, because majority of people fall within a similar category. You get me? So when you break the mold, when you show the drive, the passion, the hunger, the patience, that is going to nullify your age of the 20s and make you seem like an older person. They're going to want to trust you, bring you into opportunities.
Yeah, man, so if you want to be a part of David's many, many, I feel like there's a bigger word than many.
For many, right?
Yeah.
For lack of a better word, many.
Many, right? So if you want to be a part of David's opportunities and you want to be in David's circle, be sure to follow him on his social media pages. The links are in the description below. And also, David is a very approachable person. So whenever you see him, you can approach him and you can talk to him and ensure that you're prepared to talk to him, because once the conversation starts, it's just up from there, alright? So winners win.
Always.
Thanks for being a part of the Billionaire Podcast.
Yo.
Yeah, man.
Very tired of you.
Yeah.
STGC.
Never forget.
Yeah.
St. George's College.
Alright guys, so this was a Billionaire Podcast. Just finished our discussion with David Nunes, you know, Accelerate Boss. So bro leaving now.